Today on the Game Marks podcast, we play the sequel to one of our favorite games of the past year, Galactic Wrestling featuring Ultimate Muscle. How does this Bandai PS2 release hold up today? Will we play it forever? Or future endeavor?
You're fired!
Plug in, put on those nostalgia goggles because this week's Game Marks podcast starts now.
And now, the Game Marks!
Welcome to the Game Marks podcast. I'm the man they call Johnny Clash.
And I am your reigning, defending, year one Clash at the Feast champion, Mr. Play It Forever, George Feast. And today, we are playing Galactic Wrestling featuring Ultimate Muscle.
You know I edit the podcast, so I could take that out if I want, right?
It's going to be a very, very sudden cut if you do, though.
And as always, we love to hear from you guys, so please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, and make sure to subscribe and rate this podcast wherever you choose to listen, and join the conversation on social media at GameMarksPod. So, Mr. Play It Forever, Mr. Champion of Clash at the Feast, how you doing, Georgie?
Doing all right, the man they call Johnny Clash.
Well, show me the inaccuracy.
As long as, like 2 years from now, you're not suddenly going by the vigilante Johnny Clash, we'll be good.
We'll talk about it, but what about last week? We played Pro Wrestling, not the Nintendo one, the one for the Sega Master System. How do you feel about it? Because to be honest, after that episode finished, after I listened to our episode, I completely forgot about that game ever existing.
Yep, haven't really thought about it since. I mean, in the moment, the game was fun, but it doesn't really leave that lasting impression. Again, that's probably one of those games where, like, if you had it as a kid, you loved it, but...
Yeah, simpler time. But let's talk about the free giveaway we have going on right now. You could win the WWE Steel Cage Challenge Plug and Play until November 1st. All you have to do is leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, screenshot that review, and tweet it to us at GameMarksPod to enter. So... we're getting a lot of new entries, and I hope that you guys all participate because this thing's gonna fly. And it's right under my desk right now. It's in good shape. It's a fun game. All you do is literally plug it into the TV, and you're good to go. And for some reason, as we covered in the episode, that one has the Ultimate Warrior. So there you go. There's your incentive.
Now, in addition to the Steel Cage Challenge giveaway, we also are running another contest where you can be the intro to this very podcast. All you have to do is record yourself in your best announcer voice. It could be, you could be going Bruce Buffer, you could be going Michael Buffer, you could be going Justin Roberts, whoever you're going to channel while you're doing it.
Yeah, don't be like George from the last episode, and you're pretty much good to go.
My ring announcer career was very short-lived, but I don't know. You're really twisting the knife on that one, John.
It's all good. Listen, we don't have an end date on that contest because we just want to see what comes in. What we've had so far is pretty damn good. You guys are awesome. You guys are pretty creative, and we've gotten some unique entries. And once it's all said and done, we pick our winner. We're going to play some, and maybe we'll let you guys pick like we'll pick the main one, but maybe we'll let everyone vote on say. One for the YouTube channel or
say
something like
one
that,
becomes
a little remix.
Clash at the Feast intro maybe, or a Twitch intro. But there's no limits. Just say, you can do what we have now where it's just now the Game Marks, or you could, get creative, do whatever you want, have some fun. There's no limits.
It's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. But I want to give a shout out to a good brother, a guy who's been with us since day one that I kind of feel bad. We forgot to mention his name on the 1 year episode, and that's the Elder Spork because
we dropped the ball.
I dropped the ball. He comes into our Twitch channel and chats with us. He chats with us on social media. He's a friend of the show, friend of Nick's Stat. So they like to hang out and play some games. They played some ECW recently, but Elder Spork, this is your personal shout out because we forgot about you, but we never actually forgot about you. So thank you for being a good brother, and thank you for being a good listener.
And, Elder Spork, I'm going to say this. I'm getting a capture card. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be getting that new Super Mario 3DS World because I'm super hyped about that. You guys don't know what that is. For your Switch now. I think it's September 18th or 19th. You'll be able to get Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy on one cartridge or as a digital download for your Nintendo Switch. The hype is so real. I'm so ready for this game, and, I'm going to stream it. I'm sure Elderspork's going to stream it. He's a huge Mario fan. I can't wait. I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, we actually have a lot of Nintendo news in the gaming news this week. But before that, I just want to tell everyone that the 1-year t-shirt and print are still on sale at GameMarksPod.com/shop. Those will be shipping out soon to those who have purchased already. Some of you might have gotten the shirts already. I saw some of you, and Elderspork, it actually looks pretty damn good. It looks incredible. So get yours today. But it's Alzheimer's Awareness Month officially, and our shirts are on sale today in our TeePublic store at GameMarksPod.com/shop. All proceeds will go towards the Alzheimer's Association. I ordered mine. A couple people ordered theirs, so get yours today and help a good cause.
Now, Johnny, I see something here in the notes that I'm not entirely sure what this is about, so I'm hoping you could... I'm hoping this is not like a typo. It says Jim Cup Holder Story. Is that supposed to be there?
All right, so recently, gyms reopened here in Long Island, so I decided to go back to the gym safely, of course. Actually, it's honestly really it's better than before because I go to like an old person gym, so it's kind of empty. It's newish, so it's very clean already. As soon as you get off
Johnny Clash at your local Y.
As soon as you get off a machine, they're right there, like cleaning it. So you feel good. I bring my own towel, whatever. We're fine. But the other day, I decided to end with a little cardio. So I hop on the bike. I have one of those big like water jugs, so I put it in the cup holder. Like it kind of fit, like floated on top, but it stayed there. And 20 minutes later, I just take my cup. I just walk out of the gym. So now I get in my car. And I'm like, my water bottle just feels really heavy. I'm like, what the hell is this? I look up, and the bottom of the cup holder stayed on the water bottle. So when I picked it up out of the bike, I just walked with it out of the gym.
Whole piece for the cup holder.
It looks like a cup, but it just attached to the bottom of my water bottle because of the condensation. And I just left the gym without realizing because I just carried it like normal, and it was just hanging on the bottom.
All right, well... Check your local prisons for the thief Johnny Clash.
No. So I bring it home.
Stealing from gyms.
I bring it home, and my wife's like, what the hell is this? I'm like, they probably just thought it was like a part of my water bottle because it looked like part of the water bottle, like an insulation piece. She's like, you have to bring it back. I'm like, I can't bring it back. That's so embarrassing. I was just going to toss it.
Just bring it with you the next time that you go and just casually put it back on the machine.
I was originally just going to throw it in the recycle bin and call it a day. But yesterday I went back and I just kept it in my bag and I reattached it to my water bottle so it looked like my water bottle. And I just casually placed it in the cup holder. And then when I was done on the bike, I just like made sure I pulled it out. But then I looked next to me at the other bike and they were gone also. So this must be like a common thing. But I brought it back. But it was pretty funny to like get in my car and be like, what the hell is this? And just see like a big gray piece hanging off my water bottle. Yeah.
I can't believe that you're stealing from gyms. That's the only thing I'm learning from the story.
Thief.
Yeah.
The cup holder thief.
Johnny the cup holder thief Clash.
I just borrowed it for a day or two. It's fine.
The important thing is that you brought it back.
I brought it back, yeah. But how about we get into some gaming news?
Let's do it. Are you looking to get a better grip on life? How about your video games? Well, VGF Gamers are the largest silicone gaming brand in the USA. They have a variety of different and unique skins for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One controllers and consoles. Check out their products at VGFgamers.com and use code GameMarks to receive 15% off your order at checkout. That's GAMEMARKS at checkout. VGF Gamers. Better grip, better style.
Nintendo is going back to the beginning with a modern version of its original Game & Watch handheld that's been revamped with a full-color LCD. it can play Super Mario Bros. In honor of the franchise's 35th anniversary. The new handheld was announced during a surprise Nintendo Direct showcase. In addition to Super Mario Bros., the handheld can also play Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, which was released in Japan as Super Mario Bros. 2, and an updated version of Game & Watch Ball that stars Mario. Also on the Nintendo side, a new Nintendo leak has revealed an alleged portable GameCube console. Nintendo was apparently experimenting with a portable version of the GameCube, though it's unclear how exactly this would have been realized. As you may know, 2020 has been a prolific year for Nintendo leaks, and it looks like Nintendo's leaky ship isn't entirely plugged yet, because a new leak has surfaced online and it's currently making the rounds. More specifically, over on Twitter, user and hacker Torres shared a technical document for the portable GameCube model. According to Torres, the console would have come alongside a dock with support for external controllers, memory card, a mini DVD drive, and more. A visually and technically enhanced next-gen version of The Witcher 3 is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X in 2021 and will arrive as a free update for players who own the game on current generation consoles or PC. CD Projekt Red has revealed that it's working on the next-gen edition of the game, which has been developed to take advantage of the most powerful gaming hardware. The complete edition will feature ray tracing and faster loading times across the base game and all of its expansions on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. That's all the gaming news we have this week. Check back next week.
So, how about that portable GameCube? That sounds kind of cool. I would like that.
But as we've said before, the GameCube is portable. It has a handle.
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't have a screen, so you can carry your lunchbox wherever you go, but you can't do anything with it.
No, but I see what I was confused about. Is it leaked to come out like soon, or was this leaked to come out when GameCube was out?
I think the way that this article sounds, it sounds like it was supposed to be something that came out a while ago.
Right, that's what I thought too. But hey, it's never too late for a GameCube plug and play.
Because they say would have, so it definitely sounds like it's not something that is present. It sounds like they were going to try to do it and then just kind of, I look at it this way. The way that Nintendo always does systems is that they'll be like, we got this great idea. We're going to try something and we're going to experiment with this thing. And then they're like, never mind, this was a stupid idea. And then 2 consoles later, they're like, let's revisit that idea that we had 4 years ago because it's now more feasible. And how many times did they try to do something, or how many times have you heard stories of them trying to do something like the Switch? And now the Switch is a real thing that you can have. It is a home console and a portable console in the same system. That, you talk to, 12-year-old Johnny and George, that's mind-blowing stuff. That's not possible when we're kids. This is right. It's such a cool time for gaming.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I would have liked. As I've said multiple times, GameCube was one of my favorite consoles to ever own. So I still have it. I still have it right here. So.
All right. Well, with that, Johnny, what do you say we jump right into this week's question of the week?
Oh, baby.
Game marks while you sit there, hopefully as uncomfortable as you possibly can be. I want you to listen to me. I want you to digest this because I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest. I don't hate you, Marks, but the Game Marks podcast have their own pro wrestling tee store. Brace yourself because the Game Marks podcast are now on Pro Wrestling Tees with original design to let everyone know if you will play it forever or future endeavor. Head on over to ProWrestlingTees.com/GameMarksPod and get your tees today. Hey Nick Stapp, how you doing?
All right, so the question of the week is a weekly segment where we go back and forth and ask each other a question, and then we'd like to propose that question to you, where you can share your answers with us on any form of social media at GameMarksPod. Last week was my question where I asked everybody, now that we're going to be doing more things on Twitch, what games would you like us to play? And I gotta be honest, the nerdy shit comments kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. I mean...
All right, so I feel like that developed on Twitch, like as you stream, that people say you play nerdy shit, but I don't know exactly like what that means. Like, what do you play that's nerdy?
I didn't play. I've only played wrestling things on. I think it's because I always say that I play like the weird games where I play Smite and I play TF2. Like I actually think I kind of dug this hole myself because I said that I went back in time and played a really nerdy game when I started playing TF2 again. So I think I kind of dug this hole myself, but whatever. I'll just keep playing my nerdy shit. I'm all for it.
All right. Well,
some of the answers that we got were awesome. I mean, I know that you've been playing a lot of UFC, which is great. I said that I'm trying to figure out how I can get Warzone to work, because I want to play that. And then we got some great suggestions. I know that you also streamed the new Tony Hawk game.
Yeah, so Ashes in the Snow _ says, I want to see you guys play Simpsons Wrestling or Simpsons Hit and Run would suffice, which was one of my favorites growing up. Because, you know what? Being an Xbox guy, I didn't have the Grand Theft Auto series until it came out in the 2-pack with GTA 3 and Vice City later on. So Hit and Run was kind of like, all right, I got something with a car. But that was a fun game.
Yeah, I feel like Hit and Run is one of the more underrated games of of all time. Like I just feel like people are just like, oh, it's a Simpsons game that's like a clone of GTA, but there's like a lot of like effort and detail in that game, and
it was fun.
Maybe we'll play that on Twitch. We'll see.
I'll definitely play that. And then we got from our good friends Caught Looking podcast, MVP Baseball or MLB The Show. I do currently still have a show, I think 19 on my hard drive. I would be definitely open to revisiting that and getting my pitcher going again. And then Will is Ballin', of course, says Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and whatever nerdy shit George Feast is playing. I guess we answered most of those wishes already. And once again, the Elder Spork, I'm going to take a step into my world. Mario Brothers The Lost Levels. Now, I told him back in, God, I don't know. I used to load up Nintendo, and then I used to load up the VHS player at the same time, and I figured out how to like record while playing. And I used to try to see like how far I could get in Mario, like how short it would take me to beat it, like a time trial.
I would pay good money to see those tapes. I just young Johnny playing Mario.
There might be, I think I was a little bit older though, and I was just like, oh, I mean, let's see how fast I could beat this game. And I think the closest I got was like 7 minutes, because you would jump up, you would use like the little like world selects. You wouldn't go through like every level. I would just try to get to
yeah.
But thank you guys for all the recommendations. We're definitely going to keep that up. I did stream Tony Hawk Pro Skater yesterday. We'll touch on that a little bit later, but it's my question this week.
Yes, it is. Hit me with your best shot, Johnny.
Hit me with you. Okay. So, in the spirit of Ultimate Muscle, Galactic Wrestling, I was thinking of cartoons. And I was thinking of cartoons that could translate to a video game. Not only a wrestling game, but just a video game in general. We've had Pokemon Stadium. We've had Pokemon Snap. I feel like the Pokemon is well covered because it kind of started as a video game. Dragon Ball Z has a couple games. Powerpuff Girls have a game. Is there a cartoon or a TV show in general, like we saw with Cobra Kai last week, that they're coming out with a game, that you would want you would want to take the reins over a character and kind of just run through? It could be anything.
I mean, so this is kind of a loaded question because there already are. So like, you have like a Darkwing Duck game. You have things like that. Like those games. Okay, that's the challenge, is to find a cartoon that has not been a video game. I'm just thinking about like all the cartoons that I liked when I was a kid, and all of those have video games. Like Angry Beavers have a video game. Rugrats have a video game.
Well, you can get an up-to-date one.
Has a video game.
I'll say this: it doesn't have to be a cartoon.
So then, what's the
anything?
The thing
any TV show that you want a video game for?
I want a Scrubs Surgeon Simulator.
Sure, like perfect. There you go. Like I would want it to be Danny Tanner, and I want to go and just like 100% clean a house. Like maybe it's at 99, and you're trying to like look under the couch. Where is it?
I want a Pete and Pete side-scrolling video game where you are Artie, the strongest man in the world, and you have to rescue Pete and Pete.
And like lift the house and stuff?
Yes, that's the game I want. I want Artie, the strongest man in the world.
So there actually is a few Full House games. I don't know if you were aware of Full House Tournament Fighter.
That's not a real game.
I don't believe it's real, but it's actually really funny. If you Google it, it's actually really funny. But there was one for the Super Nintendo made by LJN, and the premise is the furniture in the Tanner household has come to life, and you are holding Danny, Joey, Jesse, and Becky hostage. It's up to you to rescue them and get everything back to normal. You could play as either DJ, Stephanie, or Michelle as you defeat all the furniture and animals that have been set out to kill you. And it's made by LJN.
Okay, well, also
available on Game Boy.
I have no response to that.
Again, I don't know if that's actually real, but I see it on the internet, so it must be real. All right, and as always, we throw it out to you guys. What TV show? It could be a sitcom, it could be The Office. You could go through Michael's office or something. What TV show do you want to play a video game of?
All right, and with that, Johnny, what do you say we hop into our hashtag deep dive?
Let's get it going, baby. I'm ready to dive in. Hey guys, Johnny here. While we love talking about video games and wrestling here on the podcast, we wanted to share with you a new offer from our friends at Stitcher. An enormous amount of shows and bonus episodes are available on Stitcher Premium, such as Office Ladies, Comedy Bang Bang, WTF with Mark Aaron, How Did This Get Made, Bitch Sesh, True Crime Garage, Marvel's Wolverine, and plenty more. Right now you could sign up for Stitcher Premium for only $4.99 a month or $34.99 a year using our code GameMarksPodcast. That's all one word. Head on over to Stitcher.com/premium for this amazing deal and a free month. That's Stitcher.com/premium and use code GameMarksPodcast. That's all one word. Game on, Marks.
So, Galactic Wrestling featuring Ultimate Muscle, released June 30th, 2004, published by Bandai, Toei Animation, and Fox Box. Developed by our favorites at AKI Corporation. Alright, so this is kind of a special version of an Ultimate Muscle style game. This, another game based on the Fox Box animated series Ultimate Muscle. It is the sequel to the game that we played last year, Ultimate Muscle Legends vs. New Generation, and it was released and sold on the 25th anniversary of Kinnikuman. Now, one major difference between this game and the last game is that the story mode and the Chojin creation mode were removed, which I did notice this definitely just feels like more of a fighter than actually like, a game that you can play through and have, a little bit of a story mode. In terms of the game modes, you do have a single with a second, which I'm just gonna say it's single with a manager. You have single with no second, a tag team match, a 2v2, which is I'm assuming like a tornado tag, a 3-player battle royal, a 4-player battle royal, a tournament mode, a team battle, which is a 5-on-5 series of single matches, and survival, which is either a single or a 2v2. So in survival mode, there are two versions. There is single and 2v2. The single is pretty self-explanatory in that you just pick a wrestler and go through as many continuous opponents as possible. And then the 2v2 is a little bit more different in the fact that you can choose two specific characters, the team of Neptune Man and Big Budo, and your goal is to take down the many masked wrestlers of the game and commandeer their masks in the process.
Ooh, a little lucha.
Lucha.
Now, I want to stop you quick. Were you a Foxbox kid?
I was not. I think I missed... see, here's the thing. I liked watching wrestling as a kid, but I wasn't aware that there were, like, wrestling cartoons. Like
Foxbox had This is a pretty good lineup. Do you remember Cubics?
Oh, okay.
It was kind of like a what's it called? Like an animated 3D series, but then obviously Ultimate Muscle, Kirby, Sonic X, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the newer version, which wasn't bad, but it was, wasn't that good. And Pokemon was on there. I think Yu-Gi-Oh might have been on there as well. I want to say, don't quote me on that, but that was something I definitely watched as a kid. But Ultimate Muscle wasn't something I ever really watched. Like, playing the game now, like, all the characters do look familiar, so I'm sure if I was watching Ninja Turtles or Pokemon or one of these Foxbox shows, I probably did watch it growing up. Now, there's actually a VHS in my house that's still sitting on the shelf in my basement that is a Cubics sample. I don't know how I got it, but I'm pretty sure, like, when the show came out, when the show came out, it was either like McDonald's or Burger King or something. They were just giving it away to like promote the show, and I just have this Cubics VHS with like half an episode on it. I don't know if I ever even watched it.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I should find that.
I would say definitely go look for that. All right, and then just to wrap up the different game modes, there's a spectator mode, which this isn't Cutie Suzuki, so John's not interested in the spectator mode in this game. There is your toy collection and, of course, your option. So this roster is significantly larger than the Ultimate Muscle Legends vs. New Generations game that we played last year. Johnny, you want to run through this one? Do you want to split it? What do you want to do?
I feel like you've been doing them lately, so I think I could take this one.
Okay.
This is a kind of a fun one. I like these guys. So, our roster, we have King Muscle, Terry Man, Ramen Man, Robin Mask, Buffalo Man, Broken Jr., Sunshine, Wars Man, Ninja Ned, Skullduggery, Bone Cold. I'm sorry. Bone Cold. Nope, that was terrible. Bone Cold. Okay, we tried.
Bone Cold.
Hanzo, Ascara, Checkmate, Jaeger, Jagger, whatever the hell it is.
It's Jaeger, like Jägermeister.
Jaeger, Kevin Mask, Dick Von Dick, Wally Tuskett, Terry Canyon, Kid Muscle, Manitoba Man, Black Hole, Shavano, Neptune Man, Lord Muscle, Lord Wrangler, Big Budo, Sunshine Supreme. He's just got sour cream on him. Starface, Special Man, Beetle Bomb, Barracuda, Buffalo Rampage, Lomain Man, Gold Ragu Shogun.
Wait. Stop. Wait. I'm sorry. What is that name? Gold what?
I'm Italian. Gold Rogue.
There's not even an A in there.
Gold Rogue. Rogue Shogun. Poseidon.
Ragu.
Street Scrapper. Prince Lu Ao. Sosumi. Grandpa. Oh, George, you're in the game. Lord Flash. Comrade Turbinsky. Commander King Muscle. Chojin Kid with a new costume. Ricardo, Lord of Darkness, and everybody's favorite bad guy, Vance McMad. Alright, so let's just say I've never been perfect at reading the roster, and that streak's going to continue. For some reason, I read that as Ragu. Because I am very hungry right now. I haven't eaten yet today.
John's 2021 wrestling character, the Golden Ragu.
I just come out with like a pizza and start chucking spaghetti into the crowd.
He's got big fake mustache, pizza box.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh, so you know what? Speaking of that, guys, if you haven't listened to the blooper episode from last year, check it out. But I made an executive decision as the audio engineer of this podcast to not separate the bloopers this year, and we're just gonna let them fly. The bloopers are gonna remain in the actual episode.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, you do.
I hate that a lot.
Yeah, you do. But that's the roster. Why don't we talk about the unlockables of this game, because there's quite a bit, and this is how you get a lot of the characters in the game. There's actually a mode in here called Toy Collection, where you could see all the action figures you collect in the game. So as you collect the figures, you unlock more of the roster. So when you collect 200 figures and beat the tournament mode with Kevin Mask, you unlock Big Budo and Trojan Kid Muscle. Beat the tag team tournament mode with King Muscle and Prince Lu Ao, and you unlock Black Hole and Lord Wrangler. If you get 10 wins in survival mode, you get Conrad Turbinsky and Vince McMahon. You complete the entire toy collection, and you complete the Mask Hunt mode, and you get Gold Rogue. See, I said it right.
I'm shocked.
Now collect 50 figures, you get Lomain Man, 100 Sunshine Supreme, 200 Lord Flash, and 300, and 10 wins in survival mode, you get Grandpa. Now, when you win the tournament mode with Robin Mask, you get Neptune Man and Barracuda. When you beat the tag team tournament mode with Neptune Man and Big Budo, you get Poseidon and Starface. Are you following all this? When you win the tag team tournament mode with King Muscle and Lomain Man, you get Prince Lu Ao and Buffalo Rampage. When you unlock Commander King Muscle and win the tag team tournament mode with Tony Schiavone, and Sunshine Supreme, you get Rogue Shogun. And when you win the tournament mode with Kid Muscle, you get Tony Schiavone and Ricardo, Lord of Darkness. And complete the Mask Hunt mode, you get Street Scrapper and Ricardo, Submission Artist.
All right.
I need water.
Any questions? I have several. Oh, I can't help but notice that you're chugging from your water bottle, and there's no cup holder on there.
Thank you. This is my half gallon. It won't fit in the cup holder. Yep.
Wow. I'm
Johnny Cup Holder.
You did pretty good today, man. Aside from Ragu, you redeemed yourself with Tony Schiavone.
Tony Schiavone. But the funny thing is, I think what's his name? Kevin Mask. Obviously, it sounds like Kevin Nash. There's a illustrated picture of him wearing an Ultimate Muscle shirt that looks like an NWO shirt, and he does have the long flowy hair, so you could only assume that he, should be.
No, there's
taken
no
from Kevin Nash.
Likeness there. No, not at all.
Just like Bone Cold, even though he doesn't really bear resemblance to Stone Cold at all.
Vince McMahon doesn't look like Vince at all.
Vince McMahon wasn't in the first one, but he does look like an old superhero, just fat and old. Like he's got he looks like what's his name from SpongeBob? Starfish
Mermaid Man and Barnacle?
Mermaid Man. Yeah, Mermaid Man. He looks like Mermaid Man a little bit. So what about this artwork? Because I feel like a game that comes from a manga, that comes from a TV show, the artwork needs to be something special. And personally, this one looks pretty damn good to me.
So on the front, you have your Galactic Wrestling logo and that Ultimate Muscle logo, which we know that Will loves. And, beautiful 3D renders of the characters from Galactic Wrestling and Ultimate Muscle. And on the back, you see Galactic Smack Attack, faster than Def Jam Vendetta. That's a bold statement coming from GameSpy.
We forget that all of these are in the same AKI.
Yeah,
not universe, but they're all related in that sense, because this game is nothing like Def Jam Vendetta.
Oh,
however,
boy, it could not be any more different.
See, Def Jam Vendetta, there were like the WrestleMania 2000 No Mercy moves in the game, like the typical arm wrench and kick. This one, I feel like, is a more unique moveset. And there were a few times, you hit me with a diamond cutter. I hit you with that, you wrench the arm and you just break it over your shoulder. That's been in every single AKI game. So the hints are still there, but they went a little bit more with this one.
Yeah, there's a move where I suplex your guy up in the air. I jump up, make your legs into a figure four, and then I put my leg through that four onto your face, and then I smash your face. It was the most over. That's not happening in Def Jam Vendetta. No freaking way it's happening.
But speaking of weird moves, look at the back cover. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like a muscle buster on top of a
pile driver. It's like a doomsday pile driver muscle buster.
Styles clash somewhere in there too, maybe.
Yeah.
Weird. So Starface obviously is I would assume a callback to Starman because he looks almost identical to Starman, but with different colors. But the star on his face, but to me, he reminds me of a Power Ranger, like the Neo era. Do you remember Neo Rangers?
Oh, yeah.
Where they all kind of had the different, like,
I'm pretty
logo
sure it's
on
the
their
Black
face.
Ranger had the gold star on his face.
Yeah. That's what that's reminding me of. And that looks pretty cool. I like that. I felt the nostalgia there.
Let's see. Am I right? It's research. It's not Neo.
Not Neo? Turbo?
Not Neo. Zeo.
Zeo.
Power Rangers
Sorry.
Zeo, and it's actually
The Red Ranger.
Yeah, and it's Tommy Oliver, who's
Yes.
The Green Ranger.
All right, my bad.
And the White Ranger.
Listen, it's been a while, and Neo just rolls
don't
off
worry.
the tongue.
I
better than Zeo.
also was wrong.
Wasn't it weird how didn't Jason come back as the Gold Ranger, but he was in like a black costume just with like gold accent? That was weird. We digress.
Don't get me started on the Power Rangers thing.
We
They
digress.
did this thing a couple years ago. It was freaking awesome.
But anyway, overall, this artwork, really good. I like it a lot. It shows you what the game is. On the back, you got some screenshots showing how over the top this is. I guess if you are a fan of the cartoon and want a game based on something cartoony, this is what you're going to get. And it's showing you, hey, this is going to be as real to the cartoon as you possibly can be.
All right, and with that, do you think it is time for us to hop into some Did You Know?
Did you know? Did you know the Ultimate Muscle series' next title was Kinnikuman Muscle Grand Prix Max for the PS2, which is a PlayStation ported version of the arcade game Kinnikuman Muscle Grand Prix?
Did you know? The game itself has an expansion called Kinnikuman Muscle Generations, released in Japan on February 2nd, 2006 for the PSP.
Did you know Galactic Wrestling is considered rare and is being sold on eBay for around $55 to $60 used and $245 brand new?
Oh, Johnny, I gotta tell you, that epic game that we played today just got me. I need a little stretch. I need to relax a little bit. I think it's time for a little R&R. Why don't you take us through those ratings and reviews?
Do you want to hear your voice echoing through the Game Marks arena every week during the intro to this show? Do you want to be the voice of the Game Marks podcast? Now is your chance. Get your best ring announcer voice and record your own voice clip saying, "And now, the Game Marks." And send to GameMarksPod@gmail.com for your chance to be in our new intro. Game on, Marks.
All right, so
IMDb gives this game
no IMDb this week, but Metacritic gives it a 61 out of 100. EGM with a oh, you're gonna love this one, 5.33 out of 10. Famitsu with a 26 out of 40. Game Informer with a 4.25 out of 10. GamePro with a 3.5 stars. GameSpot with a 7.3 out of 10. Games TM with a 6 out of 10. OPM with a 2.5 stars. PSM with a 7 out of 10. XPlay with a 3 out of 5. And Maxim Magazine with a 6 out of 10. So this ranges from mediocre to low. Low to mediocre. There's a few 7s, but it doesn't really go past that.
All right. Well, now that we went through those ratings, John, do you think it's time for us to do our thing?
Do what thing, George? What is it? What's it time for?
I think it's time to rate the game.
The game!
All right. So the most important rating of them all, our rating. I'm going to ask you first, Georgie. Galactic Wrestling featuring Ultimate Muscle. Will you play it forever or future endeavor?
You're fired!
All right. I'm gonna try to do this as clear and concise as possible. This game feels and plays a lot like Ultimate Muscle Legends vs. New Generations. Slightly bigger roster, which is great. But there's just something like the story mode is kind of lacking for me because it's not there, and I kind of wanted it to be there, and I wanted it to have the same kind of feel as the last game, just with like an updated feel. But at the same time, this is a really fun game to just play as a beat 'em up between friends. So it is walking that line, but I think that I am going to have to play this forever because it is fun, and I really think that this is a good. You can have tournaments between friends and stuff like that, and I would definitely like to play this again. Maybe this is a game that we can play on Twitch and just do a bunch of rounds in. But yeah, the gameplay's fun. I liked it.
I honestly thought you were going the other way there, the way you were describing it.
I went back and forth the whole time. And Johnny Clash, where are you sitting on Galactic Wrestling featuring Ultimate Muscle? Will you play it forever or future endeavor?
All right, Georgie. So, as you were describing it, I was kind of ready to jump in and not argue with you, but kind of like question your thought process on why you didn't like certain things. And
you were going to argue with me. That's.
I was going to argue, yeah. I don't think it needed a story mode with all that this game actually has. I feel like this has a ton of replayability with the survival mode, with all of the unlockables. The unlockables I listed, there's a lot, and that's going to take someone a pretty long time to unlock everyone. If you want Vance McMahon, you gotta work for it. And I like that in a game. I do like that in a game, and playing it with you, as you could see in our video we are publishing on our YouTube channel today, I got a little upset. However, I did really enjoy this game, and I am gonna go with play it forever. With that, George, I just want to remind you that we also hit play it forever on Ultimate Muscle Legends vs. New Generation. So I'm not sure if this is the first time, but it's definitely one of the times we have both decided to play it forever on 2 games in a series.
Yeah, that's true. Because it ain't happening with Warzone and Attitude, I'll tell you right now.
Well, for one of us, I guess.
You know what? So this is normally the part where Johnny will throw to me to talk about Clash at the Feast. But honestly, this week I want John to talk about Clash at the Feast. So, John, take us through Clash at the Feast this week.
Okay, so like we said, head on over to youtube.com/GameMarksPodcast and check out this week's video. I was Sunshine and George was Jaeger. I had good luck with Sunshine, in the beginning. Maybe I should have unlocked Sunshine Supreme with some tomatoes and sour cream on him, and I would have done a little bit better. But here's the thing. From the beginning of the match, from the get-go, I was squashing George. I had his health all the way down. But as soon as I pointed that out, as soon as I called him out for sucking in this round, he just switch turn. He just started lighting it up. He took my health from full all the way down to the point where we both had no health. He hit me with a jumping Frankensteiner, and that was it.
Yeah. This was probably the most competitive round that we've ever had, just because your guy had unblockable strikes. I couldn't do anything about it, so I had to get creative, and somehow managed to edge this one out. I really thought you had it this week. I was like, okay, we're just gonna chalk this up. This is just a one tick for Johnny this month, and somehow,
not cool at all. But hey, there's always next week.
Yeah, but you have to say the thing now.
What thing?
The thing where
you're supposed to say that. I refuse. All right, fine. George, why don't you play your band, George?
Oh no, I see. I usually say like, with your winner and champion for this week, Johnny Clash, and then you go play my music. Yeah. So now I wanted you to give me the same courtesy, but you know what? Never mind, because the absolute winner and total champion of Ultimate Muscle
And total
this week,
champion, he says.
Mr. Play It Forever, your reigning, defending Clash of the Feast champion, George Feast. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right. Enough of that.
Yeah, I was thinking, what, big time in video games. A lot of things coming out. What you been playing?
So, Tony Hawk Pro Skater came out 1 and 2. I, without knowing, kind of bought the deluxe version because it was the first one on the screen. I was like, oh, $50, sure. Not knowing there was a $40 version, but $50 version, you get a little bit more unlockables and all that. I played it live. I kind of sampled it for about an hour. It felt like old times. It was awesome. Check it. I'll announce on our Twitch page when I'm gonna go live with it again, but you have to see this. It's incredible. The graphics are so just like pretty and smooth, and everything runs so smoothly with it. There's a multiplayer mode where you could play online with up to 8 people, and it's kind of like a time trial where you either have to get the most amount of points, the most amount of combos. I'm really bad at it, but hey, I'm working on it. Hangar was my favorite level. I think it was everyone's favorite level of Tony Hawk 2, and I 100%ed that already, so don't have any more of that to look forward to. School was also
pretty good.
See, school was a little bit harder because you have to like wall grind over the bells, and there's like a little bit more like you have to travel a little bit more to finish some stuff.
I don't know why. I just always like school.
School's cool. School's about halfway done, and I unlocked. Look at me.
Say it's cool.
School is fools. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play this game. I'm gonna try to 100% this game in its entirety. Tony Hawk 1 was not something I played much of growing up. My cousins had it. I didn't have it. I started at 2. So I'm probably gonna jump back to Tony Hawk 1 to start and work my way up to Tony Hawk 2, which I already know. So that's cool. Check that out. George, what have you been playing?
So here's my plan. I've been playing a lot of Warzone. I've been playing a lot of Fall Guys because I finally got Fall Guys. So my plan is I want to stream some Fall Guys. I want to stream Warzone.
Your nerdy shit?
I wouldn't necessarily classify. You play Warzone.
I've seen Fall Guys, though.
I mean, Fall Guys is just, like, stupid fun. Like, it's
just Mario Party with Pikmin.
Yeah, but it's online and there's 60 people in it. It's more challenging than you think, and it's more fun than you think because you can probably play, I don't know, 5 rounds, 6 rounds in maybe 15 minutes. Like, it goes fast. So like you get a lot of playtime in for the amount of time that you invest, which is cool. But like I said earlier, I'm going to be investing in a capture card, which means that now the world of PlayStation and Switch and all that is going to be open. So maybe I was thinking about maybe going back and playing through WWE 13.
Oh, okay.
And playing through the showcase mode. And then, that just continuing to build up the collection for my wrestling video games. And then, maybe I'll stream some Last of Us 2. I'm still playing that.
Still have to get it. I was so hyped. I still haven't got it. So I actually had my first ever PlayStation VR experience last weekend. A bunch of us decided to play Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
I've heard of it, and I think I've seen footage of it, but I've never actually played it. I've never done a VR thing.
Okay, so the premise is what you see in the VR set is an office. There's a bomb in front of you, And
oh, yes.
yeah, there's like 4 to 6, like, I'm not sure the number, a few modules on it, and you have to yell out to the people around you what the module looks like, and they have to help you unlock it to not explode. So
it's someone has it's like a bomb defuse, but you have someone's in front of the bomb and someone has the manual.
Right, so the manual is actually on the TV screen, and you could also pull it up on your phone, so multiple people could search at a time. It's actually crazy how quickly you could catch on to be like, just start yelling, like, no, it's 3, like, press 3. I think, that's honestly, awesome. You have to experience what it looks like first to be able to give good directions because you've seen it. So once everybody kind of took a turn, we were reeling. It was a lot of fun. I would like to get a PSVR. However, PS5's coming out, and I'm sure there's going to be like a newer one eventually, so I'm not going to waste my money on that yet.
I would definitely see that coming. There's no way that they're going to be like, yeah, we'll just use the same last gen VR. It'll be the same thing.
Yeah, there's no way. The only VR I had that was the one that came with my old Samsung Galaxy, and you could play like 3 games on it and like check Facebook. It wasn't that much fun.
Yeah, it wasn't. I had the same thing.
Yeah,
wasn't perfect.
No.
But in addition to your new VR experience, I've been seeing some stuff that you've been posting about. You have a new passion project, a little bit of a blog ski.
A little bit of a blog ski. We have this beautiful website just sitting there, and I figured, hey, why don't I just start putting out some of my thoughts? Because everyone, obviously wants to hear what I'm thinking. And why not give some game reviews? Why not just speak my mind? Because sometimes on this podcast, we don't want to go super long. We don't want to, I'm playing Fire Pro. Why don't you tell me about Fire Pro? Why don't you like Fire Pro? So I wrote a whole article on why I didn't like Fire Pro and why I'm okay with it now. So check that out. Just GameMarksPod.com. Check out Clash and Burn. That's what I named it. Right now I have a post about Fire Pro Wrestling, and I did a little review on the new UFC game. Hey, you never know. Maybe next week I will do one on Tony Hawk Pro Skater once I complete the entire game. So stay tuned for that.
All right. Well, so I want to tell you about what we're playing next week on the podcast, but at the same time, I feel like we need to. We're gonna open up the world of video games that we're gonna be playing on this podcast just a little bit, just opening the blinds, letting a little bit more of the sunlight in, because
Full House Fighter.
Yes, Full House Fighter. Next week on the podcast, we are going to be playing Ultimate Fighting Championship for the PS1.
Oh.
So this is like a wrestling adjacent game. There's wrestling in it, but it's not like a pure wrestling game. So we're gonna roll the dice here. We're gonna see if this one flies.
The first UFC game, huh?
It's the first ever UFC game, and I figured you're a big UFC fan. I'm a big UFC fan. We both like playing the video games. Why not? Let's it in.
Let's do it. I like it.
All right. Well, that pretty much wraps up this week's episode. Do you think it's time to put a bow on it?
I say, take us home.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us this week on the Game Marks Podcast. Please check out our Pro Wrestling Tees store at prowrestlingtees.com/GameMarksPod. It is the best way besides listening to support the podcast, and be sure to follow us on all forms of social media at GameMarksPod. Leave us a review and a rating on Apple Podcasts, and subscribe to wherever great podcasts can be found. This was a fun week. Year 2 came out swinging, man. I'm ready for it. Let's keep this momentum going. Thank you again, everybody, for the continued support, and stay safe out there. Johnny, wrap us up here. Say goodbye, and I don't know if you got anything else to add.
Game over. Marks, George, I'm hungry. You want to go grab lunch?
Let's go grab lunch.
Okay.
Give me my belt.
Game Marks Podcast, put them on the radar. Playing rare games, Sega Saturn, no Game Shark. Johnny and George work hard and they play hard. Future endeavor games and put them in the graveyard. From the deep dive to the clash at the feast. How can I get more? That's question of the week. Follow on Twitch, there's nothing that they won't play. Game Marks Podcast every single Monday.